Hi, in today's video, I'm going to talk about the group behavior or group psychology. You see, in the corporate culture, we work in form of groups or teams, and these groups exhibit certain behaviors, which if left unchecked, some of them can be very dangerous. So I'm going to start the video by narrating a personal episode that I encountered while I was managing a support team. So back in the days, I was briefly managing a support team of 6 persona. Now these 6 personnel from two different geographical locations or two different countries, so we can't say that they share the same culture. Now within that support group, we observed a very interesting phenomenon. You see, we come across certain tickets which are time critical. Despite that there were clear SOPs in place, all 6 personnel overlooked them. And this was not a one-time event. This was constantly happening, frequently happening, and so we started looking into the intricacies of it. But we're going to stop this support story here and we're going to talk about an event from the history. And then I'll try to relate both of these and establish some principles. Now, back in 1964, there was a sad event that took place in New York. There was a lady called Kitty Genovese. She was attacked by a guy with a knife and eventually murdered. She called for help, nobody responded. Now, 2 weeks after her death, New York Times published a report in which they said there were at least 38 personnel who saw that incident and they could have intervened directly or indirectly, maybe call 911 or police, but they chosen not to. And this led the researcher and psychologist to scratch their head and start pondering into the dynamics of the group, the what was going on. Now, what researcher concluded was that there is an effect which was going on in that group, which is called bystander effect. And if I define it in loose term, it is stated as that if an event or a call for action is observed by a group of people, each one of them thinks it is the responsibility of someone else. And as you can envision by now, what was going on within our support group was the same. So when we interviewed all 6 of these personnel, we came across the same conclusion. Each one of them thought it is somebody else's responsibility. Now, over the years, I've come across multiple implications of bystander effect other than the support example I just previewed, and I want to share at least two with you so that you can avoid those and also share with your colleagues. Have you ever been part of an email in which there were, let's say, 10 people in two, and the sender is addressing them as Dear All followed by a call to action? Or Hi everyone, we are supposed to do this. Now, I've seen that the recipient of that email are clueless. Nobody has an idea who's supposed to do that. And generally, these emails end up as there is a followed up email coming from the sender who is frustrated that no action has been taken, not realizing that they were part of the problem. So that's an example of bystander effect where there are multiple people addressed in two or for something and nobody has an idea who is supposed to be responsible for it. Another classical example of that is found in our meetings where somebody makes a call for an action item to do which is to be done. But that to do is not tied up to a particular person or by a given date. And it ends up that everyone thinks that somebody else is supposed to take an action on that. There are further implications of it, and I'm going to leave it for a future video. But if you have ever observed such a phenomenon in your corporate culture, I hope you'll share it with your colleagues or leave a comment. Thank you.